Who here has a dog that they love more than anything? I know I feel that way about my dog, and I would never want anything to happen to her. Dogs are known as a man's best friend, and there are so many dogs out there who aren't fortunate enough to have loving and caring owners. There are also those dogs that don't have owners at all and that are left on the streets to be picked up by the shelter. There's nothing wrong with buying a purebred puppy, but there are also so many dogs out there who are just as great as purebreds and that just get left in the shelter. Today, I would like to persuade you to next time you try and get a dog, to try and adopt one from a shelter rather than buying a brand new puppy. There are so many dogs in the United States, and a big portion of these dogs are in shelters. There are too many people in this world that when they are wanting dogs, they go straight to finding a purebred or buying a dog that already had a good home. Dogs in shelters have it so much harder than puppies that are being sold. Dogs in shelters rarely get just pure love from people, rarely get any playtime, and a lot of them have disabilities where they need a stable home environment. From Miracle Dogs, a rescue story by Liz Cervantes, who's a volunteer at Animal Rescues, says, 78 million dogs live as pets in the United States, and these are the few lucky dogs. But 5 to 7 million of these companion animals enter shelters every year. That is because there are so many dogs that lose a limb or the family goes through a rough patch, and they are abandoned by the people that the dogs love the most. For instance, in Miracle Dogs, a rescue story, it also talks about a dog named Fiona who was found blind and starving and is now living in a loving family. It seems so easy for people to let go of their dog and that the dog ends up starving to death or going blind, or worse, getting hit by a car. But luckily for Fiona, she was rescued and adopted and is now with a loving family. But there are also the sad stories of dogs who get picked up by shelters and have to end up getting put down because the shelters do not have enough room. Again, from Miracle Dogs, a rescue story, more than half are euthanized due to lack of space, which is so horrible because there are so many people out there who want dogs, but they have yet to adopting a shelter dog a chance. Shelters are getting full, but there is no reason they should be. If people would give adopting a dog a chance instead of buying a new puppy, the shelters would have enough room to keep the dogs alive longer. Adopting a shelter dog is the equivalent to saving a life, because you truly are saving that dog's life. So many dogs are euthanized in shelters, so when you take the chance to adopt a dog, you are saving that dog's life. According to the Humane Society of the United States, which is an organization dedicated to helping animals in the United States, when you adopt, you save a loving animal by making them a part of your family and open up a shelter space for another animal who might desperately need it. Every time a new dog is found on the side of the road and is taken to the shelter, another dog loses its spot. So taking a chance on adopting a dog who you will love just as much as a dog that you bought, you are saving their life and the life of another dog that could have been euthanized due to the lack of space. Imagine a world where dogs didn't have to stay in shelters for months without proper love, proper exercise, and where dogs were only in shelters when they needed to be and only for a little while. Don't just feel bad for dogs and not do anything. Even if you aren't interested in getting a new dog, there are plenty ways where you can help dogs in shelters. You can donate to them and even go play with dogs that are in shelters, or you can foster a dog in a shelter as well. Everyone should take time to go play with shelter dogs, donate to shelters, or foster a shelter dog. Buying a new dog can easily cost hundreds to thousands of dollars, but adopting costs so much less. Also, some people think that if they do not buy a dog when they are a puppy, then they will not grow up with them and not be used to them and love them as much. But that is not true at all. According to Best Friends Save Them All, an animal society dedicated to helping homeless pets, you get just as much love, if not more, from an adopted animal. An adopted pet is every bit as loving, intelligent, and loyal as a purchased pet, even if you get the adult as an animal or a puppy. Dogs in animal shelters love so much because they never got the experience of love that they deserved, and they haven't had a family at all or in a long time. Adopting a dog is a life-changing experience for you and your dog. And if you can adopt, donating money or donating your time to a dog in an animal shelter is such a great thing to do for these pups, and it will change their life and maybe even saving it. There are so many dogs getting euthanized because of lack of space, and adopting a dog is an amazing experience that can change the life of you and the life of the dog that you adopt. So if you are able to, you should adopt or donate to shelters whenever you can. Clearly, not everyone is in a situation where they are able to adopt a dog, but I do want to persuade you, if you know somebody who wants a dog, or if you yourself end up wanting a dog, to tell them and yourself to go check out your local animal shelter first and try and adopt from there. Next time you see one of the shelter commercials on TV, take it seriously. It's real, and so many dogs need loving and caring families. Try visiting a shelter soon, and try not to want to adopt every single dog in there. Thank you.